This episode of Capes and Lunatic Sidekicks is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. To get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code SOUTHGATE, 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
I love Ben Reilly.
Because, welcome back to Ultimate Spider-Cast, Episode 3, smacking our month of the Goblin. I am Phil, and joining me is...
Hey y'all, it's Lilith Hellfire. Heidi ho.
Anyway,
Heidi ho, I should say.
For part 3 of our Goblin month, like I said, for our Goblin month, it's Night of the Goblins.
Part 4.
What?
Part 4.
Well, this is episode...
Revelations, Part 4, Night of the Goblins.
Yes, but this is episode 3 of our podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good at that.
No, I was just saying, Part 4 of this particular arc.
And basically...
Yeah.
The last issue of the Clone Saga.
Yeah.
Closing it all out.
So, it's issue 75. Perfect time for a rebrand? Really, Marvel?
Oh, you know why they did that, of course. You know, after
everyone was actually back and official.
Well, everyone was up in arms, so they were like, okay, look, it's right there on the cover. Peter Parker Spider-Man. Not Ben Reilly.
I just feel like if you're an actual Ben Reilly fan, though, this issue was so disrespectful to him.
Oh, yeah, they wanted to bury this as quick as possible.
Yeah, they went too hard, too far, too fast with the Ben Reilly thing, which is why I think that I have the reaction that I do to him. Yeah. But this is, even me, I'm like, this is too much.
Well, yeah, I mean, they should have had him involved in the battle against, that's right, after what, like 20 years, they bring
23
back
years.
Norman Osborn, the Green Goblin.
Yeah.
I'm the one behind it all. The
it
clones.
Was me, Barry. Oh, wait. Wrong.
No.
Wrong.
The clones, the jackal, the fake Tess.
Everything.
All the crap you people have hated for 2 years. It was all me.
Just to make that death satisfying, I think.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people have issues with this particular story, though. The way that it ends with the glider, they're like, it almost makes it seem like Peter killed him. You know, the loss of the baby. There's a lot of things in this particular arc specifically where it's just like...
Well, after, you know, as controversial as it is now, the Clone Saga was very controversial back then. So they're like, okay, we need to get Ben Reilly off the board. We need Peter back in the suit. And they basically wanted
to... And they gave him the red and blue suit. And I was just like, okay, he wakes up and he's in I'm like, okay.
I know, the first thing I would have did was burn that suit. I'm like, wait a minute.
Goblin made him one.
Goblin made me the suit. Yeah, who knows if there's any trackers or what's in there. And the creepiest part, Norman undressed and dressed to me.
Hey.
As you do.
Exactly. He's a villain. He has no sense of boundaries.
But yeah, and I mean, they wanted to, like, say, oh, look, Peter and Mary Jane are still young, so they're like, God, to get rid of that baby. By, like, I swear, with, like, by the next issue or so, they were just, like, they were back in college, they went back to college, and...
Wiped the slate clean, baby.
And they hadn't brought back Aunt May yet, so they're living with Aunt Anna.
Who's the worst? The only thing that makes Aunt Anna bearable is, nothing. She was like, to me in my mind, she's like, I don't know, I just did not like Aunt Anna at all. They really tried it with Peter during this time. And it's like that time of upheaval that every comic book character has to kind of go through, sometimes several times, looking at UBC. Mm-hmm. Where it's just like, I mean, don't mess with the classic, I guess. And I think they really actually have learned that.
Yeah.
Because even like with Into the Spider-Verse, everybody still has that basic same origin of, great power, great responsibility, and they have consistent power sets with the exception of, Spider-Man Noir. His is a little different, but we'll just, right past that.
But I mean, and again, it's Norman Osborn twirling his mustache because it's like
he's brushing his waves, Philip. When it comes to Norman Osborn, it's brushing the waves.
But I mean, he has this guy drug and like knock out Peter. You could kill him right there, but No, like we said, he has to play dress up.
Villain's got a villain!
I know, and explain the whole plot to him, because he's like, because even Peter's like, he's like, I've hated you, I killed your woman back in the day and all this, and Peter's like, I hate to break it to you, but I'm the clone. He's like, no! Let me explain what I've done.
Oh, you sweet summer child. You thought you were the clone?
This Ben Reilly. He's the clone.
I still say Into the Spider-Verse original Spider-Man was Ben Reilly. Sneaking into Peter's life. That's
exactly.
He's like, no, it's just the sun. I've been out in the sun too much.
Okay, here's the weird thing about the Clone Saga, which every character in in Peter and Ben's life should have questioned, but they never did. They told everyone they were identical twins. Or not, the identical cousins.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But meanwhile, he called himself Ben Reilly. Basically from Aunt May's side of the family. Aunt May and Peter weren't related by blood. They were related by, her marriage to Uncle Ben. So how the hell are these two twins?
Recessive genes, man. Recessive genes.
I'm like, I'll be like, was there like inbreeding?
Incest, yeah.
Exactly.
Yes. I mean, like I said, sometimes Pete ain't the brightest, so that could really explain it. Just a little subtle, like, royal inbreeding down the line.
I was gonna say Ben, but they had the same brain. Never mind.
At least it wasn't like Retrap, which is just Peter backwards.
No.
Hashtag Family Guy.
And as we discussed in episode 1, Norman got impaled. Everyone thought he died when he got impaled by his own Goblin glider. But how did he survive?
Healing factor, bitches!
Everybody has it now.
Oh, poor Logan.
Because it won, bitches.
How lazy can you be?
But I just love, like, all that. And the meme always been hiding in Europe, Which when they brought Harry back, that's where Harry was too, Europe.
I mean, that's where you go for your little, probably Switzerland. Nice little retreat on the hill.
Well, I think
plotting your revenge.
Well, I think Norman said, he had criminal stuff going on, even with the Screers and stuff. But but when they brought Harry back, they were like, oh, he was in rehab in Europe for years.
I mean, if you know any celebrities, that sounds about right.
But the funny thing, after all those years, Norman still had that big scar on his chest.
So much for your
glider hit him. But then if he rips open his shirt today, no scar.
Sliding time scale and amnesia. Blame it on Mephisto. You know how on Arrowverse we blame it on Barry, messing with the timeline. Blame it on Mephisto.
That's true. We've gone through Secret Wars or 2.
Feels like 7, but who's counting?
Exactly.
But no, like, the artwork was great, obviously, because it's Romita Jr. Or Senior. Or
Junior.
Yeah, okay. I was like, wait, no, this is definitely too late in time for that one.
Yeah. Yes, this was 1996. I believe. Yeah, December 96, yeah.
Probably around my birthday.
Well, the cover date's December. I think it was closer to October because this was Halloween. It was Halloween in this issue. But, not only did Norman undress and dress Peter, but then he undressed and dresses himself in front of Peter.
Oh, chicka wow wow. Somebody had a little fan fiction fulfillment going on in there.
Another story, once in a Marvel talent thread. Good Lord.
Somebody call Peter David.
Get Peter David on the phone. What do you want, dumbass?
Anyway, yeah. I don't know.
But then Norman sets it up.
It doesn't stop there. Yeah, there's bombs in the Bugle, and I'm just like, oh my god, will this storyline ever end?
And basically invites Jonah and
it's across
Robbie
the street from the hospital. Like, New York's not that small. I'm sorry to break it to you.
Is it the hospital across the street, or was it where Norman and Peter were at that was across the street?
Yeah, wherever Norman took him was directly across the street. I took it as the hospital that they just dragged his body from where the doctor, like, and they're in some, like, janitor's, like, break room.
But I love that, like, they're all trapped in the Bugle and, like, at one point Flash has Ben Urich, what are you doing? Oh, trying to email for help. I'm like, dude, no one's going to check their email for,
That's not how that works. That's not how any of this works.
What's 96?
Like, later that night.
96, this new fashion email.
Not everybody even had email in 96.
No, and I'm like, and it's the middle of the night. No one's going to check their email till the morning. Come on. At least. Oh, and then since he was dating Liz, Osborn there.
Sorry. No, I know.
No, since he was dating Liz, Foggy Nelson just was there. Which I think they said in the beginning, but then they never really did. They never really mentioned him or showed him again. It's just like, oh yeah, he's there. Oh yeah, everyone evacuated. Foggy's gone.
Yeah, I was just like, what? What is that?
Well, they were dating, and it's like in Daredevil, so I was like, I guess we'll have
were they?
For like a very short time. Yeah, because remember, in the Kevin Smith arc, he got caught cheating, so then she broke up with him.
Yeah. The nerve of that little freaking frog.
What a doofus! As little Normie calls him. What a doofus. His name is Foggy.
Oh, little Normie. Totally the opposite of what your name implies, sir. No, but I don't know. How did you feel when you were originally reading that? How they portrayed Ben? Because he was just incompetent as all get out.
Yeah, I kind of wanted Peter back in the suit, but I was also, in the back of my mind hoping Ben survived. But yeah, it was like Ben wasn't in the fight. Like Norman,
he was a casualty.
What was 100%. It? Amazing? Was it like Amazing Spider-Man 418? Was like part 3? Yeah, like Norman just knocks him out, and then at the end, of, in this issue, he's like telling Peter, he's like, yeah, Norman like rigged the bugle to explode, and he's like, I'll go do it, and Peter's like, no, you're all beat to hell, I'll do it. He's like, just get everyone out.
Ben Reilly is Ezra Miller's Flash of the Spider-Verse.
But yeah, I mean, it probably helped protect the secret identity, just because, I think there was a couple months back in Spider-Man Unlimited, like, Peter's at the Bugle, Ben shows up as Spider-Man, and Peter's like, oh, or Ben was like, what are you looking at, Robbie? You never seen me and my pal Pete in the same room before?
It's like, what is it? Yeah. The cheese factor of it all.
But then this time they see Ben in the Bugle, while Spider-Man's battling the Green Goblin.
That battle could have been better. It was very lackluster for me.
Well, yeah, it was just basically, pumpkin bomb.
Oh, I know. It felt like one of those cheesy video games from like the late 90s.
Yeah, and then like they came up with like a 2-panel excuse why Ben Reilly's supporting cast could be there, to like basically watch him die,
as you do,
and never be seen again. Yeah. This, like I said, this issue literally closed the book on all things Clone Saga.
Yeah. I don't know how. I think that it's one of the, for me, it's one of the worst events to happen to Marvel.
Well, that's the thing, like, it was only supposed to
because they leaned so hard into it, and they did not give us any relief until they really realized, like, holy crap, people are pissed.
Well, it was only supposed to last like 3 or 4 months, and then I guess like the marketing department was like, no, we need this is like this and like X-Men are the only thing selling, so you need to drag this out. So they did for like 2 years.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Like I heard,
I'd still give this story a B- though. It's not like in the C territory at all, just because.
Yeah, it's not.
I'm not that invested in Ben, so I don't care. But
it was very plot devicey. Yeah, it was closing out the Clone Saga, and we had to get rid of Ben right away. And
they should have just sucked him to an alternate dimension. Like, honestly, they did not have. They could have had like the pumpkin bomb open up a dimension. I'm just saying. They
barely even mentioned his name when he dies. It's just like,
we're done here.
They're like, people were mad. Let's set everything back to 0, and
Yeah, they really did set everything back to 0. Like you said, the next issue they're back in school, the baby's forgotten, and
well, they took like 1 issue to mourn the baby, yeah, and then it's like not mentioned. But so yeah, weird. but yeah, the Norman tries to kill Peter with the glider, like
symmetry.
Yes, but Ben takes the glider in the back, which you couldn't have stopped it without throwing your whole body in front.
He's the clone. His brain was mush.
I know. But yeah, so Peter was going to swing away with the whole bag of the bombs, but instead he throws it at Norman. But don't worry, Norman will come back and back and
eventually.
Back. Yes. Yeah, I think it was only a few months. He wasn't even gone that long. He basically almost became like a Lex Luthor, you know? It's like...
If Lex Luthor was always in the freaking suit.
Yeah. well, no. I mean, he was running the Thunderbolts for a while, and his own Dark Avengers, and...
Ugh. I'm sorry. Dark Avengers are no freaking anything with all the DC character villains stacked up. I'm sorry, it's just not. Even the Legion of Mad from Legends of Tomorrow is better than Dark Avengers.
They were just trying to redo Thunderbolts is what they're trying to do.
You gotta have a writer that is a fan. You can't just throw anybody on a Thunderbolts book. You just can't.
Yeah.
They're not gonna have that passion.
But yeah, so you could tell they really wanted Ben dead. They impaled him on the glider and he falls off the top of the bugle, smashing into a cab. Yeah. Well, he's sitting there. He's like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "Whether whoever the clone is or not, I'm dying. So you're Spider-Man now, you know, even if you are the clone." But yeah, he dies and he starts disintegrating. And Peter's like, "Well, what do you know? He was the clone."
Duh.
Then we just get like one page of him going to see Mary Jane in the hospital.
This is depressing. It's actually depressing.
I know. I guess they were just like, "Oh, the fans will be happy that Ben Reilly's gone now."
And nobody wanted it. Like, nobody wanted them to have a baby that soon anyway, so.
I know, but...
How long did it take for freaking Lois and Clark to have a kid? Exactly.
Yeah, but how many reboots did DC do?
Let's not act like Marvel hasn't been doing major refreshes.
I know.
Let's not play that game. Honestly, Marvel has more. Really. They do. They have those refreshes where it's like, wait, did that actually happen in this version of their sliding time scale?
It's sliding time, no. But I mean, it's the same Peter Parker in Amazing Fantasy 15 that it is in the latest issue. So
tell that to the writers then.
Oh, I know. They always want to make him younger and
yeah. But anything's better than freaking the Spider-Man car. Anything is better than that. I hate that version. And when it showed up into the Spider-Verse, I was like, okay, you got me. I'll give you the one. That's it. No mas. But, yeah. A sad, pathetic end to the clones.
Yeah, they quickly ushered him out.
So from here on out, nothing but good stories.
Yeah, I mean, Ben Reilly crumbles to dust, so you think, oh, he'll never come back. Well, no, the Jackal eventually gets a hold of him just a few years ago and just brings him back.
Well, that was actually more interesting, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brings him back and kills him like 27 times or something.
I like my Spider-Man original flavor, sorry. With a little bit of Spider-Gwen.
There you go. So, anything else?
Nah, I think we can wrap it up.
Alright, so next time we'll be covering Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2 and Peter Parker Spider-Man Volume 2, both number 25. Where Norman basically wants Peter to be his son, so... Which makes the undressing scene even more creepy.
It's New York, man.
Alright, so send your thoughts in on that, and then after that, that's when we're doing this, first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, I believe. Yes.
Live commentary, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
So send your thoughts on those issues or that Spider-Man movie. Capes and Lunatics at gmail.com, facebook.com/Ultimate Spidercast, or even follow our Facebook group at ULT Spidercast and at CL Sidekicks on Twitter, Instagram. Follow CL Sidekicks and the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And Lilith, if New York wants to fight you, where can they get a hold of you?
If you nerds want to fight me on Twitter, you can find me at Lilith Hellfire. If you want to find me on the gram, at Lilith Hellfire 86. If you want to talk Smallville and or Superman, Save Me Pod on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and or Instagram. Fight me, nerd.
All right. Like we said, join us next time as Norman gets even more creepy. And farewell, Ben Reilly. Although I shouldn't say that. Some of our upcoming months, I did see some Ben Reilly in there.
I know you did.
At least thinking at least Mysterio month, I remember. Oh, and Lizard month, yes. Just come back next time.